6:01 is the time right now. Right now, we are following two big stories that could have major impacts on this area. First, the Department of Education cutting nearly 50% of its workforce. Our Randy Ayala joins us now. She's going to talk about it in 2 minutes. She's going to talk about the impact of that. But first, we want to get to Jess Arnold, who is tracking a controversial bill to avoid a government shutdown that would heavily impact us here in D.C. She kicks off the coverage from the Hart Senate building, where a protest is set to get underway in 4 hours. Jess, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's called Stay Out of DC's Budget, and the group Harriet's Wildest Dreams is organizing a rally inside the Hart Atrium here behind me at 10 a.m. to try to convince the Senate to block the House's resolution, which they passed. Again, remember, if this resolution does get fully approved by Congress, that means that D.C. is going to have to cut over $1 billion from its current fiscal year budget while we're halfway through it, after Congress already approved it last year. And leaders say that that would mean cuts to critical services like police, public school teachers. We're also talking housing, health care. And that's because if the resolution passes as is, D.C. would be considered a federal agency and have to operate under its old 2024 budget. And remember, these are D.C. tax dollars, not money that the federal government gives to D.C. Leaders say about 75% of their budget is all locally raised revenue.
This is a direct attack on our autonomy and our ability to choose what we do with our dollars. And so right now, what Congress is proposing in the resolution is that they take $1.1 billion of ours and not spend it, not reallocate it, but lock it away.
That's the other big point organizers are making. They believe that this is an attempt by some members of Congress to further control D.C., as the president and some Republican representatives have said they want to do. And that other representatives do not fully understand the impact that this resolution would have on the district. Again, the House did approve that resolution yesterday. That is why organizers are turning their attention now to the Senate in an attempt to convince them to block this resolution and add back in that amendment that has been in existence for over 20 years now that allows D.C. this exemption to operate under this budget, which again, Congress did approve last year. This rally by Harriet's Wildest Dreams will be inside the Hart Atrium here behind me in a few hours at 10 a.m. Wisdom.
All right, could have devastating impacts on D.C. all the way around and its citizens. Jess Arnold, thank you very much for the update.